Hi, my name is Melissa Giles, and the myth that I chose is adolescents don't respect boundaries and they are always testing limits. So, for this project, in our adolescent psychology class at the beginning of the semester, we all chose a myth to base this whole project off of, and we've been researching it all semester. I chose this myth because I think a lot of people like to assume that adolescents don't listen and are constantly being rude, and it's not that they're doing it to be rude. For me at least, I did it to figure out if I could trust someone because I wasn't raised in the easiest situation. I had a mother who left when I was a baby, and my father was a drug addict and an abuser. And I had to learn how to grow up and lie about what was really going on at home. But I feel like it happens a lot because adults simply don't remember the curiosity they had when they were a kid or having to figure out the world for themselves, or they just said, uh, we would never would have done that when we were a child. But yeah, the world is constantly changing, and we're constantly having to fix mistakes that past generations made and try and make it a better place for the future generations, but it's not always that easy when everyone is trying to judge you for something that you didn't even do, or they weren't there to say, oh, that happened, no, that didn't happen. They're just judging you because why not? Two facts that prove my point. So these are actually from part one of this multimedia project. Psychology Today is actually where I found my myth at the very beginning of the semester. And it says, if you go into it, it's a list. The link is right there if you want to click on it. Or, yeah. But it says that it's not about respect. They don't push boundaries for no reason. They're curious and trying to explore. You can read the actual quote if you want to. I'm just kind of summing it up. And later on, it also says that creativity is born in adolescence, and your character, who you are, is shaped by your creativity, and later on, how that forms your teenage years, and then what is learned from them. And as you grow older, these things start to fade, and you don't remember them as much as when you were a kid and had all this curiosity. It fades over time, and you just lose it as you grow older, because that's what society does. And then this other one is a blog post. It shows that not only adolescents break boundaries, push past them. This blog post specifically is from Mama Cusses. I found her on TikTok and I love watching her. She is hilarious. If you haven't checked her out, I would. She's a great parent and she's always making sure her kids are comfortable. And yeah. She talks about how she crossed a boundary with her daughter and how she plans on going to fix it, and I think that's important to say because, like I said, everybody crosses boundaries. It doesn't matter what age you are, so it's not really fair to say adolescents push boundaries. They don't respect them because everybody does it. Okay, and I really don't think it's fair that you should judge somebody because you don't know what actually happened in that time. So when you see something online or you hear somebody say something, don't just naturally agree with them or go with it. Take a step back and think about it because you never know the whole story from just one side. It doesn't matter what age you are. Everyone has heard the saying, there are two sides to every story, or two sides to the same coin. And it goes hand in hand with this, I feel like. You can't judge somebody unless you've been through that experience. So I really think that people should just stop judging other people because you never know what's really going to happen or what really happened that you're not hearing about. And you shouldn't judge someone for how they decided to handle something when you weren't there to know how it really went down or what other factors there were that contributed to it. And then here's a list of how to establish healthy boundaries with your adolescent. You can establish clear boundaries, model appropriate behavior because children learn by watching. Communicate with empathy, be firm but loving, engage in activities. And I think it's really important to sit your adolescent down and talk to them about this because otherwise they never really learn the true way to do it, and that's not really fair to them. But this is my take on it. Let me know if you think differently.